एज अ वेडिंग फोटोग्राफर हम लोगों के मन में कभी ना कभी ये ख्याल ज़रूर ही आया होगा, क्या हम एक ही लेंस से पूरी वेडिंग कवर कर सकते हैं क्या, वो भी अपनी फेवरेट फोकल लेंस पे। आज हम एक ऐसे ही लेंस के बारे में बात करने जा रहे हैं। Hello everyone, I'm Shiv Sharma, co-founder of the wedding Conteurs. I recently shot a wedding using Tamron's newest lens, that is 35-150 f2 2.8 Di3 VXD. Let's have an in-depth review about this lens, as most of you must be eager to know about it. The Tamron 35-150 f2 2.8 Di3 VXD is one of the newest lenses by Tamron, and it covers quite a range while keeping a aperture fast throughout, which in itself is an accomplishment. I'm happy to say I am really impressed with this lens. इसकी प्राइस रेंज L सीरीज या G मास्टर के साथ ही मिलती जुलती है, बट इट इज़ डेफिनेटली नॉट चीप. But there is a great argument to be made. Can this lens be used as a replacement for 24-70 as a full day setup? All I can say is that is an incredibly large range covered by this lens, जिसके लिए यूजुअली आपको 2 या 3 लेंसेज अपने किट बैग में रखने पड़ेंगे, वो भी बहुत ही अच्छी फोकल लेंथ पे, दैट इज f2 2.8, डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ फार यू आर zoomed in. The zoom feels right and tight. There is some resistance which is good, and yes, the build quality is really impressive. It gives a very high quality premium feel to it. Whereas sharpness is concerned, I genuinely didn't had any issues with the lens as far as how quick it focuses. Everything was very sharp, or I would say tack sharp at f2, like you can see some of the images here. So generally no issues with autofocus and sharpness, everything is really tight. Also, I didn't came across any chromatic aberration. So far so good on this front. सबसे पहले मैं इस लेंस की रेंज के बारे में बात करना चाहूँगा, क्यों ये एक लेंस फुल डे सेटअप के लिए अच्छा है, स्पेशली फॉर दोज पीपल हु यूज प्राइम लेंसेज एंड carry multiple lenses like 35mm, 50mm, 85mm, and also for the people who use zoom lenses. 35 on a wide end is a great focal length to start with, and of course at long end at 150 is a good reach, allowing you to capture people without being on the face. You can capture great candid moments with good compression and bokeh. Also remember, if you punch into APS-C mode, or you can use clear image zoom, you can get further to 225mm or so. इस लेंस में एक Tamron यूटिलिटी कनेक्टर पोर्ट दिया गया है, जिसके थ्रू आप इस लेंस को अपने कंप्यूटर से Tamron यूटिलिटी सॉफ्टवेयर से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. You can have specific settings utilizing this rings and buttons on the lens, such as AB focus points, focus presets, or using the ring as an aperture control instead of focus. Also, you can connect the lens through the connection cable to get the latest firmware updates. You'll have to buy this connection cable separately to get the maximum benefits out of this. We have already made a video on this. You can click on the link above and see that video. Now with all being said, we come back to the basic question, that is, क्या ये लेंस सिंगल डे सेटअप के लिए यूज किया जा सकता है? Of course, I would vouch for that. Reason? It's really fast, has a good aperture, had a good focus. But perhaps the most interesting option to me is that I can customize the throw of the focus ring and make it linear focus so that I can replicate manual focus moves and be much more precise. This lens has a superior close focusing capability with a minimum object distance of 0.33 meters, that is 13 inches. This lens has a new BBAR-G2 coating, that is broadband anti-reflection coating, that enjoys a long and well-established reputation in its own right. In addition to minimizing ghosting and flare, BBAR-G2 coating enables clear images with stunning unprecedented contrast. The lens has moisture-resistant construction and fluorine coating, which helps to enhance the user's photographic experience. There are many quick things to love about this lens, and no way I want to take this away from them. But I do want to make sure I say which pertains to wedding filming is that I would shoot traditionally be against a variable aperture lens. If given an option, I would always take fixed aperture lens assuming it was fast enough over variable aperture. However, I think this lens is actually an exception. The move is only from f2 to 2.8, which is not a major drop in exposure, and since I'm probably not going to be zooming mid-shot very often, I should still get within the range of usable exposure even a fast-paced environment. Now with all that said, we come back to the question, क्या ये lens full day one lens setup के लिए use किया जा सकता है? And I can confidently say yes. It totally depends on your style, how you shoot. I think it has a great image, it's fast, and it covers wide range, which basically all boils down to the real center of it, which is that it makes of a life of a wedding photographer really easy, without forcing me to sacrifice on anything, and that is ultimately what we are all after, in my opinion. So keep an eye for this lens and pick one up if you really want to lessen up the burden in your kit bag. For more details, please click on the link below in the description box. Thank you.